Hello viewers, Ohio Airgun Shooter here. Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be testing out the Magnum Research Desert Eagle Baby Eagle from Cybergun. I recently did an unboxing and a tabletop review of this Desert Eagle Baby Eagle, which is a CO2 powered 4.5mm non-blowback air pistol, which is made of a mixture of polymer or plastic, and it has a metal slide which does not move. In this video, we're going to be doing some testing with it. First, we'll run it over the chronograph, see what kind of velocities we're getting. It has a claimed velocity of up to 416 feet per second with the energy of 2.8 joules. So we'll see how close we can get to that 416 feet per second. We might even exceed it, but that's what I'm here to do today, is to test it out and see how well it shoots. We'll do some short range accuracy testing at a distance between 6 and 6.5 yards, and maybe even do a little plinking, test it out on some aluminum and tin cans as well. For the velocity and accuracy testing, I'll be using Hornady steel BBs. They're a black plated BB. I think they weigh about 5.2, 5.3 grains, and they're distributed here in the US by Umarex. I'll also be using Daisy brand 12-gram CO2 cartridges with a drop of Craftsman pelgun oil on the tips. The Desert Eagle Baby Eagle does have a drop-free magazine, which contains the BBs and the CO2 cartridge. It holds 22 rounds. I will only be loading 15 for the accuracy testing. I'll probably do two magazines of 15 rounds each on one CO2 cartridge, and then I'll switch CO2 cartridges, and then we'll do some accuracy testing with those, and then I'll during the accuracy testing I'll be doing 10 round groups. Again, I am using Daisy brand CO2 cartridges. One thing I noticed the other day on these is I went to put a drop of Craftsman pelgun oil, and I noticed there's a little, almost looks like it's kind of like it started to get pierced. However, that's just the design. If you look at this is an Umarex. I actually found one. I thought I was all out, but I found one cartridge left. It's flatter. So the nice thing about these is it's a nice little cavity to hold your drop of silicone or pelgun oil. Probably put a little too much on there, but but it's just a nice little cavity to hold it in place compared to the flat of the Umarex brand. So not a bad little idea from Daisy. I'm not sure who exactly produces those for Daisy, but I'll put a little bit of oil on the threads there. I don't think even the Craftsman brand has that little cavity on the tip of the cartridge, so that's a pretty neat little idea. Whoever came up with that, to hold your silicone or pelgun oil. There. Yeah, just carefully reinstall these. Some of them really like to try to cross thread, so just be careful. This is a very heavy magazine, by the way. I think it really adds the weight to the air gun. I mean, this still has pretty good weight without it, but it definitely helps add some weight to the air pistol. All right, let's make sure it's holding gas, no leaks. I did put some oil in this little cavity here for your spanner wrench or whatever, and what I do was I just put a drop here, and just kind of hold it, and then I just kind of work this with my thumb. This is very stiff spring, just to get some oil in there, maybe with the help with the O-rings. And a little hiss, and we're gassed up. Now I'm going to weigh a few of these Hornady steel BBs, the black plated ones. I mentioned they were weighing, between 5.2 to 5.4, I believe. This one's at 5.3 grains. This one's 5.24. This one's 5.30. One more. 5.26. So, yeah. Right around 5.3 grains. Alright, I got my first 15 BBs loaded up. I used the speed loader or loading tool that came with it. It has a little notch on the bottom, which you use to catch the follower and hold it in place. You just apply pressure, keep pressure applied to it. That way the follower won't want to spring back up, because if you let go, it leaves a little bit of a gap. And then once you got that down, you can just pour your BBs in if you're going for a full mag. Or in my case, I just drop them in one by one, you know, to get a count of 15. So pretty cool little tool here. All right, gonna move over to the table with where I got the chronograph set up, and we'll get some velocity numbers. Again, for the velocity testing, I'll be using the Hornady black plated steel BBs. These are I was weighing them 5.2 to 5.3 grains. I have 15 loaded up. I'll do 2 magazines of 15 using the same CO2 cartridge. I'll allow about a 10-minute warm up in between to get more, you know, consistent velocities. The claimed velocity for this Desert Eagle Baby Eagle is 416 feet per second with the energy of 2.8 joule. So we'll see how close we can get to that today. All shooting will be in double action, since this is a double action only air pistol. It does have a hammer, but this one does not. You can't cock it back because it does have an internal hammer right there. And the barrel on this, as you pull the trigger, it actually recesses. The inner barrel recesses a little bit inside the outer barrel. So that's a little bit part of the reason why it has about a 6-pound trigger pull, which I shown in my the review video of the Desert Eagle Baby Eagle. So all right, let's jump to the velocity testing. Got my chronograph set down there to feet per second. I'll get both the pistol and the chronograph, even though this isn't a blowback. There's no rack in the slide. It does have a ambidextrous manual safety. There's no click, it just kind of slides. So it only has the red dot on the one side and not the other. So this will be the first shot of the Desert Eagle Baby Eagle from Cybergun using the Hornady black steel BBs. First shot. And I have an error already. Why didn't it shoot? 362.2. 367.8. 367.6. Another error. 360.5. 361.9. 360.0. 358.1. 355.9. 355.6. 350.3. 368.6. 364.6. 355.9. That was the last shot. So we're well underneath the 416 feet per second velocity that was claimed by the box. Let me reload and do another 15 and see if we can get closer to that. All right, second 15 rounds with the same CO2 cartridge. The velocities were well below the claimed velocity of 416 feet per second. My highest was 368.6 feet per second. this CO2 mag does have a very heavy valve spring, so I'm wondering if that has anything to do with it. It may need to break in a little bit, but let's see how the second 15 shots goes. I did have a couple errors, so let's see how it does the second time around. I have allowed the CO2 cartridge to warm up a bit. It is 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Matter of fact, my furnace just kicked on, so let's see how it does. $349.9, so that's even slower. Nothing. 350.4. 345.4. 347.8. 351.9. No, it's not even reading. 350.8. 344.1. 355.0. 351.9. 350.1. 337.7. 351.7. And that was the last shot. So definitely well below the claimed velocity as claimed. I'm going to continue with some more velocity testing. I switched to these Umarex steel BBs instead. I'm just curious, maybe my chronograph is having difficulty reading the black BBs. So let me try these ones instead. I don't know if it will make a difference in the velocities since they weigh about the same. I did install a fresh CO2 cartridge, 15 rounds. So far it's underpowered, compared to what the claimed velocity is. Again, 416 feet per second with 2.8 joules. We're nowhere near that so far. So it could be, like I mentioned, the magazine, the valve spring is very, very stiff. Like on some of the other ones, you can work it and push it really easily with your thumb. This one's very stiff, and I don't know if the hammer fall if it's falling hard enough to, kind of release all the necessary CO2, to achieve that velocity, but it's hard to say. So it may need a weaker spring. It may just need to break in. So let's try this. Let's try it this time. 355.2. 373.6. That went up a little bit. 371.8. 373.4. 377.5. So we're climbing a bit now. 366.3. Back down. 358.7. Another no read. 365.5. 369.4. 371.2. 378.8. 372.0. 369.7. because I think I'm empty there. Yep, that was the last shot. So a little bit higher. I did change the CO2 cartridge. Let me do another 15 rounds. All right, 15 more of the Umarex steel BBs. Same CO2 cartridge. .377.2. 376.6. 372.9. 373.1. 364.9. Still well below the 416. I mean, we're not even hitting the 400s. 355.7. 363.5. 359.3. 360.0. 371.8. 368.6. 372.2. 378.4. 374.5. That was the last shot. Seem to be hovering more into the 370s now, so maybe it could be this spring that was very stiff. You know, maybe give it over time it will loosen up. I'm gonna try another 15 on the same CO2 cartridge. All right, let's try 15 more of the chrome Umarex steel BBs. That last 15 rounds seemed to kind of stay in the 370s, still well below the 416. I mean, warmer temperatures will definitely, you know, up the velocities. This is a new gun; it may just need broken in. So let me try this next 15, see how it goes. Same CO2 cartridge. .395.9. So I did have about a 10-minute warm up. I allowed the CO2 to warm back up. So that's the highest we've had yet. 406.7. Interesting. 399.8. 397.3. 395.3. 396.2. 390.7. 391.9. 397.0. 397.8. 400.5. 396.3. 384.5. 390.4. 387.4. That was the last shot. So hey, we broke the 400s. Maybe that's what it is. It just needs to be shot more and broken in. I mean, we did break the 400 barrier. Actually went above 400. Didn't hit the 416, but you know, we got two readings of over 400. So, and we stayed in the 390s, the high 380s. So might be hope for this thing yet. That was 45 shots, because that's 3 15 round groups. on the same CO2 cartridge. So not too bad. I, yeah. Again, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. If it would have been maybe 75 to 80, we might have hit that 416. So can't count this thing out yet. So let's switch to some accuracy testing now. All right, before the accuracy testing, I just want to test something out here. These are the ASG Blaster plastic BBs. These are 4.5 millimeter. They are 0.13 grams. So I'm just curious because since this magazine has a very light tension spring for the follower, I'm going to test these out in the Baby Eagle just to see. I mean, the velocities will probably be insane. This is the same CO2 cartridge, by the way, since I still have some CO2 left in it. I'm just curious. See how well they'll shoot. I don't know. Let's see. We'll definitely probably hit that 416 with these. Unless they completely blow out the barrel. I don't know if, they'll break apart inside, maybe jam. But that's why I'm kind of using them, because the follower for the spring is a lot lighter. So let's see. Just for fun, before we move to the target testing. All right. First shot. 653.3. That one didn't read. Yeah, some of them don't read. They're so small. That one did not read. Might even be jammed up. 646.0. 647.1. I only load with 10 of them, by the way. 649.1. 651.8. 647.0. 641.9. 649.7. That was the last shot. So I thought they'd be pretty high, but not that high. I was thinking maybe the 500s at the most, but those are pretty fast. So I wonder how that would translate to accuracy. I don't know. I might have to check that out. All right, move to target testing. Next up, the accuracy testing. I will be using the Chrome Umarex brand steel BBs. These seem to shoot better. I mean, I got better velocities, and I mean, they're standard BB, so I'm gonna use these instead of the black plated BBs. I'm only gonna do groups of 10. I'm gonna start with the left target. I got a paper target down there set up. It's at 6 yards. I'm gonna start with the left target and then move to the right. Again, it's 71 degrees Fahrenheit in here. I have 10 rounds loaded up. My aim will be just below that black dot on the left target. This does have white sights on the white dots on the back, but there's no white or red dot on the front sight. So I'm gonna aim just below that black dot. I mean, the nice thing about this is that it is silver or stainless, so I can see that front sight even if I have it against the black dot. But I am aiming just below. 10 shots. That was way high. Again, this is double action trigger only, so it's going to affect accuracy. It is definitely shooting high and to the left. Did that go in the same hole? Yeah, it's coming down a little bit. It is a fresh CO2 cartridge, by the way. really fly north. I saw that one fly. Another one. Definitely high and to the left. Wow. Everything's high. That was the last shot. I mean, there's a bit of a group there, but I mean, you can see that from here. It's not a very good group at all. Fresh CO2 cartridge all the way. And by the way, let me load another 15 and see if we can get that to settle down and come down some. All right, got another 10 rounds loaded up. We're gonna try the right target. I'm gonna aim at the same spot, that black dot just below it. I am shooting from a rested position, just with my elbows. I do not have the gun resting on anything. Let's come down a little bit. That one was definitely way, way left. Not sure where that one went. High. Everything's shooting high. That was the last shot. That's horrible. That's even worse than the last one. I mean, at least those were kind of in a group. But let's go get a closer look at this. Not very impressed with the accuracy so far. I'm gonna try another 15 and see if, or a 10 and see. Yeah, I mean, I'm aiming right here and everything is up. That was a flyer. I mean, that thing is just, everything's high. I mean, windage is a little better on this one, but again, high. I mean, I'm not even hardly laying in anything within that circle, and that's a big circle. I mean, 4 inches, 5-inch circle. So I'm gonna load up another 15 and just keep shooting. I'll bring my aim down a little bit, just that way I can shoot down in this area, since there's no holes there. And then what I might do is try some of those lead, copper jacketed Smart Shot BBs. Those may shoot better, being that they're heavier. So let me load up another 15 and or 10 and we'll try again. All right, I got 10 more loaded up. I'm gonna switch back to the left target. I put 2 red dots up there. One's a little lower than the other, so I'm actually going to aim right below that red dot. Left target. Same CO2 cartridge. 10 more BBs. This thing's definitely shooting way, way high. So maybe this third round will settle it down a little bit. We'll see. Yeah, it's definitely shooting high. I think that was actually a bullseye in the black. Yeah, not very impressed with that at all. Can't get any closer. I mean, everything's still shooting high. I got that one bullseye, but man. Tell you what, I'm gonna try another 15. Same CO2 cartridge, so this will make 60 shots. Let's see if we can get this to settle down any. All right, I got another 10 loaded up. I'm gonna move again to the right target, aim just below that red dot. So far, the accuracy is horrible on this thing. I mean, it's just shooting way high. It's not grouping well at all. Again, it's double action only. That one shot high and to the right. That one's low and to the left. Well, I guess it's just a little high and to the left, I guess. Because I am aiming at the red dot just below it. That was actually a bullseye. That was right. It's a pretty good shot right there. Right next to it. And everything's going high and to the left again. That one came over just a little bit. That was it. I don't know. I mean, it could be this trigger. It is double action. It's over 6 pounds. Let me get a closer look at that. Maybe it needs a heavier BB. I mean, that's right, dead center bullseye right there. I mean, I got one over there. I mean, this one here, I was aiming here. That was on the 3rd magazine, and everything was still high. So I'm gonna switch targets. I'm actually gonna switch out CO2 magazine or cartridges, and I'm gonna load up some of those heavier. They're or H&N Excite Smart Shot BBs. I think they're 7.6 grains, and they're a copper jacketed lead. So let me try those. Okay, I loaded up 13 of these H&N Excite Smart Shot BBs. Again, they're 7.4 grain. They're a lead, copper jacketed BB. They're designed for low ricochet. But I'm gonna run 3 of. I got 13 loaded up. I'm gonna run 3 across the chronograph, see what kind of velocities we're getting, and then I'll move to the target. I have a fresh target set up down there, so I'm just curious. These will be significantly slower than the steel BBs. I did change out the CO2 cartridge, so I'm just curious what kind of velocity we're getting, and then we'll move over to the target. .345.7, 340.3. Do one more. That's air. Try one more. For some reason, they're not reading now. They're not coming out of there, or are they jammed? I don't think they're shooting. Let me try one more. 333.8. So maybe it just wasn't reading. My batteries could be going on that thing. I've been using it a while on the same 4 AA batteries. So let me load back up the 10 rounds, and then we'll try the accuracy. But we see what kind of velocity we're getting with these, so the 340s. So we'll see how that translates into accuracy. Let me load up another. Where am I at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Some of those ones that weren't reading, I could have been. I was kind of shooting at an angle too, so sometimes if you're not level, it doesn't get a read. But I mean, it could be different factors. So, all right, let's see how these do in the accuracy department. Left target first, and then right target. I'm going to shoot right below that black dot again. Let me go turn my light on. I got a heater vent up there, so I could put a little magnet light up there and shine a little bit more light onto the target. That kind of helps. But all right, let's see how these lead Smart Shot BBs do. Double action only. I mean, that definitely could be one of the reasons why the accuracy is so bad with this thing. Probably won't even do any blinking today because I can't get it to group. I mean, you've seen my previous videos. you knew I could shoot pretty tight groups with certain guns, so it's definitely not me. All right, first shot, Smart Shot BBs, right below that black dot. That one shot high as well. That one even went higher. That one's dropped a little bit. All right, there's a little better. That one went high again. That one went high as well. I mean, maybe a little bit better group wise, but still high. Alright, let me try another 10. This thing's going to be a project. Now on the box, this says it has BAX. I don't know if that's hop up. I don't even know how you'd even get in there to adjust that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, got 10 more loaded up. We'll move to the... Actually, I'll stay with the left target. I'm going to aim a little bit lower. I'm going to aim just below that... I got that outer circle. I'm just going to aim right at the bottom of that. Just basically resting that huge circle on top of my front sight. Can't believe how high this thing shoots, even with the lead BBs. That's empty. Maybe load 10 more and we'll switch to the right target. Can't believe how high this thing shoots. I mean, these are 7.4 grain. Alright. I'm going to go right back to below that black dot. This is the third magazine, so maybe the CO2 will settle down a bit. That one was high again. And they're just keep shooting high. So I don't know. Alright. I got 2 shoot and see targets set up down there. Yeah, I got another 10 rounds of the H&N Smart Shot BBs. Same CO2 cartridge. This thing definitely needs tamed. I don't know why it continues to shoot high. I get a lot of flyers high. I mean, even with the lead, I mean, everything is high. So let's just continue shooting. I know this video is probably incredibly long. Most of you probably left by now. I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do. But I'm determined to get this thing to group. Alright. Get that in there. Back out a little bit. There we go. Alright, let's try this again. Left target. I'm going in to aim below that red dot. Again, high. That was in the same hole. I mean, windage is there. High and to the right. High and to the right. High and to the right. I mean, there's a group there, though, at least, right? I mean, it's grouping now, just still high. I mean, that's the best group out of the bunch, but still high. Let me try another 10. This will make, what, 40? I'll aim a bit lower. There's 3 yellow rings, it looks like. I'm going to aim below the 3rd ring out, which separates what? The outer circle there. So let me see how that does. Just below. That's on the right. That's on the left target. All right. Still high. When it's grouping now. Still high though. All right. Let me try 10 more. Left or right target. That grouped a little better, but still shooting high. All right, 10 more. Same CO2 cartridge. So this will make what, 50 shots? So we're getting pretty good shot count at least. I'm going to aim actually right below that red dot. Right target. That was 10 shots. That was a better group, but still high into the right. I mean, there's definitely a group there. Again, this is only 6 yards. But, I mean, you have these 3 down here, and then there's a group there. So, this one was a better group. When I was aiming down, I was aiming right here. But it's just shooting high. So, this is going to be it for today. It's just, this thing's definitely going to be a work, a job, or I don't know. I'm not going to give up on it yet. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Not even going to get into any plinking today. But, yeah, I got to do some more work with this thing. Let's go back to the review table and just kind of give you my final thoughts. I don't even know where to begin with this one. Velocity started out way lower than claimed. However, it did get better when using the Umarex steel BBs instead of the Hornady. I mean, CO2 shot count is good with the CO2 cartridges. I still have a little bit left there, probably for another 2 rounds of shooting, maybe. I don't know what else to say. Accuracy is horrible. It could be the trigger pull. It could be I mean, again, this has a very good hole, getting plenty of CO2. I don't know what else to say. I mean, a little disappointed in the performance. Accuracy or velocity definitely went up. I mean, we went over 400. That's in an indoor temperature of 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh man, where to begin? I was excited. I still like the gun. I like the looks. It's just accuracy isn't there. I wanted to do some plinking, but I couldn't even get this thing to group inside the circle. Everything shoots high. I mean, you're going to have to aim 3 to 4 inches, probably. Like if I were going to use a aluminum can, you know, I'm probably got to aim 3 or 4 inches below the bottom of the can just to hit it. Again, that's at 6.5 yards. Stretch it out to 10. You might be right where you need to be, elevation wise. So I'll have to take this outside and test it out maybe. It did group better with the lead Smart Shot BBs. I did get some grouping there, but again, everything was surprisingly shooting high with the heavier 7.4 grain BB. I mean, I weighed these and they're like 7.46, so they're closer to 7.5 grain. So I was very surprised that it shot so high with the heavier lead. I should have tried those ASG BBs, right? The lighter ones. You got insane velocities with those. They actually shot pretty good in this. This is probably one of the first things that actually fed them. You know, shot them pretty decent. This definitely has a lighter follower spring, so they seem to feed, I mean, really good in this and shoot really well. So, but I doubt there would be any accuracy with those since they're really light. But I'm still amazed as to how high everything was shooting, even with the heavier lead BB, those Smart Shot BBs. Now, like I mentioned, this valve spring is, I mean, this is like one of the stiffest. Let me get another one. Let me get another one out. Hang on. Sorry. I might have been a little bit of jump there because I paused it for a minute, but as I was mentioning, this valve spring is very stiff. Now, this is my HK USP. It too has a dropout magazine. I mean, it's different, but you know, it's similar. These are made in Taiwan. Now this one is much lighter. I mean, I could just easily push this in and out. This one, no CO2, is extremely stiff. So that definitely needs a softer spring. I guarantee that would make a difference, because the hammer drop on this, again, it's double action, but it's not a very heavy drop. I don't think it's heavy enough to hit this valve enough to give it enough. At least not yet. Maybe after time this will soften up. Again, I did put some, like, you can see where the spanner slots are for your like wrenches. I put some, you know, a couple drops of pellet gun oil, or it might have been silicone oil. Either way, and then just enough to where when you work this in and out, it kind of goes into the valve and the O-rings. But it's just amazing how stiff that is compared to this one. I mean, this one has a hammer drop as well. It's a heavier hammer drop, much heavier. This is double and single action, but it's amazing the difference. So that must be contributing to the lower velocities. I don't know if that has anything to do with the accuracy, but it does have just a very stiff spring. So I don't know. Hopefully that will loosen up in time, and maybe that will change the give us better velocities. But anyhow, thank you for watching. Sorry the video was so long. You know, I edited it down as much as I could. But again, this is the Magnum Research Desert Eagle, Baby Eagle from Cybergun. the 4.5 millimeter CO2 powered non-blowback air pistol. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.